Hey everyone, welcome back to the Handmade Homestead. It's August 2nd, day number 2 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge that's encouraged every year by Three Rivers Homestead, a great homesteading channel right here on YouTube. I believe they're on Instagram too. Wonderful family, love their videos.
Beautiful, huh?
This is my third year doing the challenge, and again, this is day number 2, and I'm trying to film a little bit of each day's endeavors so you can just see what I'm putting in to my pantry and freezer and preserving for later this winter, or really any time that my family needs it to add to our food staples. So today, I'll show you what I'm doing. Let me turn the camera around. All right, so I've been up since 6 o'clock, so I've already been quite busy. I had a ton of tomatoes right there. I'll insert a picture up here so you can see them. But I've already processed those and put them in the freezer. So as tomatoes come off the vine, when they first start to blush, I bring them in. They don't have to be ripe for me to bring them in. I do have quite a few green tomatoes, not just those little ones. I've got some bigger, very green tomatoes that fell off the vine that I definitely will not ripen over time. Like these. This one's starting to blush, but some of these fell off the vine when we were pruning vines yesterday. It didn't start to blush. It's never going to ripen. These are going to get diced up and put in the freezer because I like to cook with green tomatoes. They're quite delicious. So dice them up, throw them in the freezer. I can throw them in stir fry. I can throw them in quiche. Really a ton of stuff. Soup, stew, whatever. Anything that my dogs aren't going to eat any of because green tomatoes are not good for dogs. I start picking my tomatoes when they look like this, when they're just starting to blush. So they can be otherwise what looks like a green tomato, but just starting to blush. Once they've started to blush, it means they're already ripening on the inside. And if I bring them in, I'm sure to work with them before they spoil or some outdoor creature gets to have them for a snack. Ripe red tomatoes get processed twice in my household. I keep them on the counter until they're fully ripe. I'm not looking for a pretty tomato, I'm looking for good flavor. When they're ready, or if I'm overrun, I start chopping them up in half, maybe cut off any green parts at the top. I do not core them, I just throw them in a bag, put them in the food saver bags that are really nice and heavy, and into the freezer they go until this fall. When I have more time and the hectic time of gardening is over, I'll take them out, throw them in a roaster pan, and make sauce with them. But in the meantime, ripe, ready tomatoes are in the freezer waiting to be used. The green tomatoes I do core because I'm going to dice them, throw them in a freezer bag in portion sizes ready for meals, and I don't want to have to try to figure that out after the fact. I'm going to put these right through a commercial chopper. You can buy these right on Amazon or maybe Walmart or one of the other discount stores. They're inexpensive. That blade is very sharp and they are very efficient. You just cut the tomato in slices and then I cut them in half so they'll fit on the little cutter screen there. And all you do is just give it a tap and you've got perfect little dices. And this one came with a couple of different blades. That's the bigger cube, but it comes in a very small, like 1/4-inch cube too. That's going to make really quick work of those tomatoes, and all I'll have to do again is put about 2 cups per food saver bag, put them on the food saver machine to remove the air, and label them, and they are ready for the freezer and ready for meals. At the end of the season, I always do this with the green tomatoes that never ripened during the gardening season. But for right now, these tomatoes, they came off the vine. They're probably not going to ripen. I don't want them to go to waste, and I would rather save them and use them in cooking than throw them away in 2 weeks when they've been on the counter and started to spoil. And you know, like the challenge says, every bit does count to saving on your food bill and having healthy, delicious things for your family to eat and having lots of variety. So I'm more than happy to process these to cook with later. Alternatively, I could pickle these, but I actually already have green tomato pickles on my shelves and I really don't need to make any more. Diced green tomatoes are a little bit tart and they're super versatile. That little plastic bag holder that you see right there, again, they're available on Amazon. I think it came in a pack of 6. It was very inexpensive, like $10. I've had them for years and I've still only used 1 or 2 of them. They're pretty resilient considering how much I use them, and it is very helpful to have that second set of hands to hold the bag open when you're filling it. Because I vacuum sealed them flat and they're already cut into little dices, they defrost super fast. You can put them in the microwave, you can put them in a bowl of water, or really just leave them on the counter for an hour or so, and they're ready to use. So that's my next donation to my Every Bit Counts challenge. And I've got one more thing coming up. Are you ready for this? We're gonna do orange extract. Now my family loves these little clementine or halo oranges, but we never eat the whole bag. So I'm just using a zester to pull off the outside of the orange peel. You really just want that orange. Now, if you want, you can just use the whole peel to make extract, but I've already got an established bottle of extract going, so I don't need all of the peel. So I'm just gonna go through and remove just the zest from all these oranges. What's left over, that chunk of fruit and the rest of the peel, I'm just ripping it in 2 or 3 pieces. Those are gonna go into a bag, and I'm actually gonna use them to flavor water. It's one of the things my family loves to drink, is just fruit or vegetables in a big container of water in the refrigerator, kept cold. We change it out every day with a new flavor. Sometimes we do orange and pineapple, or orange and peach, or orange and lemons. So I don't want to waste all of this fruit. It's not going to get eaten. It's starting to get a little soft. So that's what we're going to do with it. We're going to remove the zest, add that to our orange extract bottle that we've already got going, top it off with a little bit of bourbon. Now most people make extract with vodka, but I really prefer the flavor of bourbon. It has more of a caramel note to it in the finished product, and you only use just a tiny bit, extract when you're cooking, but it really does make a difference for me. I use it in sweet things, so I really like that caramely note. So I'm just going to go through and finish these oranges, and then bag up what's remaining of the fruit and add the zest to my extract bottle. So that bag of fruit, when I'm through filling it, goes right in the freezer. I'm going to leave out a little bit just so I can make a pitcher of orange flavored water for now for my family. So it's just water, just tap water. I squish the oranges a little bit, get some of the flavor out, throw them in there. I'm going to add a little bit of honey. Yes, honey will melt in even cold water if you shake it for a little bit and give it some time. The other thing I added is just orange mint leaves that I had dried. They go really well, obviously, with the citrus notes and the orange mint. It'll make for a really flavorful, refreshing drink for today, and boy, it is warm today. It's a very hot day in New England. I usually buy raw honey, but for some reason I was out in a pinch and I ended up with this regular clover honey, and it's fine, but I usually like raw organic. But I'm working my way through what I have, and sometimes that's what you do. You use what you have. So a cover, a few shakes, and into the refrigerator the flavored water goes. I usually keep 2 of this going. I think I have an apple cinnamon one in the fridge already. So, all right, so there's my orange zest, and that is my current bottle of orange extract. And it is bourbon that's been infused with extract. with orange, excuse me, for the orange zest. And there's the zest. I just pushed it in. I'm going to fill the bottle up the rest of the way just to, beef up the amount of extract that I have. The holidays are coming in a few months, and I will definitely be ready with this and the homemade vanilla extract I already have. And that would be my third thing for today for the Every Bit Counts challenge. One last thing for today, I'm going to dice all of these up and put them in the freezer, but that doesn't count for today. This is something I am going to prep and put away for my family in our freezer tomorrow. It's a dessert, and it's not zucchini bread or zucchini muffins or any kind of muffin bread thing. So if you want to see that footage, you're going to have to come back tomorrow to see what I do. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe. It helps so much, and you are so appreciated. Thank you for your time. Take care. The Handmade Homestead can be found on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and we look forward to seeing you there. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps so much, and we appreciate your time.